Hey guys, so this video is going to be on how to make your nose look slimmer using makeup. So what you're going to need is concealer, most importantly bronzer, a blending brush, as well as a small flat brush to apply the bronzer. Now for me, I always contour my nose. If I'm wearing makeup, then my nose is contoured. I like mine to look very natural, so these are just going to be steps on how to achieve this look. Now with bronzer, which is the most important step, you could also use eyeshadow, but you want something maybe 2, maybe 3 shades darker than your skin tone, nothing more, because it'll look very staged and drag. Not that there's a problem, but this is more natural that we're gonna go for. So most importantly, we're going to start with the bronzer. I'm using the NYC Mosaic Face Powder in All Over Bronze. Definitely hit pan. I used to use this as a face bronzer, but I don't anymore because it's just not into it anymore. So I use just these darker shades. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our small skinny brush and dip it into our bronzer. Pat off any excess shadow. Okay, so for me, I like my bronzer, I like my contour to be kind of straight down, no curves or anything, and I like to bring it down to my nostril about not at the front of my nostril, not at the side of it, but sort of at the curve right here. I don't know how to explain it. So right there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm sorry if the lighting is kind of messes up, but I'm using a mirror. So what I'm going to do is I start from sort of high up, because we're going to bring it into our natural eyelid contour line. So I sort of drag it to here. It does not have to be perfect because we're gonna blend it in. So there's the line so far. Now I'm gonna do the other side. Make sure you pat off the brush. We're just gonna try to get it as symmetrical as possible. It definitely doesn't have to be perfect. And kind of bring that bring it up a little bit. Okay, and this is the basic of what it should look like. I'm just gonna darken it a little bit. And then you want to apply some right to the tip. And you could just blend that in with your brush that you're applying the bronzer with. So I'm just blending that in. Okay, so now we're going to take our blending brush. And you could dip it into the bronzer if you'd like. I'm just dipping it a little bit. And just blending that into the eyebrow line. And any blending you want to do it towards the eye, because you want to keep that sort of, not harsh, but you want to keep that line nice and clean so that it gives you the slimmer effect. So when you blend it, you want to blend it down the nose, away from the nose. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side. Blend it into the eyeshadow. You want to blend it very well. Pretty much, that's our finished product. For me personally, I like to dab a little bit of concealer. I'm using the Sally Hansen Fast Fix Concealer. So I take a very little bit on my finger, and what I do is just take it down my nose and just take it down the middle, and then blend the sides. So that's pretty much it. This is how I contour my nose and how to make your nose look slimmer just using makeup. Now, as far as the width of how I decided to contour my nose, you can do it just however you prefer, wider, slimmer. It's really so quick and so easy. So yeah, there you go. How to make your nose look slimmer using makeup. Thanks for watching.